Okay, so I'm going to go over the method that helped me shift my identity from being lazy, disciplined only in the gym, but every other aspect of my life I was behind. But in my head, I knew I was meant for more. I just didn't know where to start. Everything in my life had no structure. I was going to work, I was going to school, I was going to the gym every single day, and I loved the gym. I loved bodybuilding. I've been in love with bodybuilding for years. Um, I just didn't know how to apply that discipline to other things in my life, or I didn't know where to direct it until I created this 3X identity method. And this method is the absolute cornerstone to my life. And I was able to capitalize off my discipline and be consistent and driven every day toward the direction I was aiming for using this method. I want to break it down for you guys because I feel like this needs to be shared. There's a lot of young men, not even young men, but men in general that feel like they're meant for more and they have more to give to the world, but they just don't know how, or they're stuck in their head. They suffer from overthinking, and they have discipline in areas in their life where it's not meant to be. Their energy isn't in the right place. So this method starts with 5 goals: shadow work, daily non-negotiables, habits, and a morning reminder. This is an example I have for this is an example I have for the 3X identity method, right? One truth: I fear asking for help because I think it makes me look weak. That was how I felt, right? I was always just stuck in my own head, trying to find all the answers within myself when I needed help from other people that have been in my position that were able to come out of it. Tomorrow's action: ask my mentor one specific question about content growth. There's a few people I look up to as mentors, let's say over social media or in person. I've been close with 4-time Mr. Olympia Jeremy Bondia, and he's been a big help in my life. And one non-negotiable: film and edit a 60-second TikTok before noon. That's one thing that's a non-negotiable that will help me move the needle, getting better at content creation. This doesn't have to be what you do. This is an example. Target time, 9 to 10 a.m. That's when I want to set. That's when I want to do that goal, do that non-negotiable, right? Tracking. This circle was just to put a check mark in it once I finished. Habit: cook lunch instead of ordering out. Cooking your food is just a habit, your own food. It's a good habit to have. If you keep ordering out, that's a lazy habit, right? And cooking for myself every day was something that I pretty much always have done. There was a point in my life where I was going out to eat a lot, but it was mostly because of the people around me. That's what they were doing. After the gym, we would all go out to eat and shit. Morning reminder: tomorrow I will ask for help from my mentor, film my TikTok before noon, and reading a book. This is the man I'm becoming, right? These are the habits and the daily non-negotiables I set for myself. So before you do that, what you need to do is set 5 goals for your life. These can be anything. There's goals and aspirations floating around in your head that make up the lifestyle that you want to live. Create these 5 goals to embody what you want to accomplish over the next 3 to 6 months. These can be mental, physical, relational, or any type of goal that has to do with who you want to become. When creating your goals, don't just half-ass them. Write them with intention. Think about them on a deeper level and understand that the more intention you put into writing your goals, the more clearly you can act on them. The process for turning your simple goals to actionable milestones is simple. Use "I will," "I intend," or "I must" when writing out what you accomplish, but think very deeply into each goal. The more time you spend on each, the better. It will be ingrained into your subconscious mind. This is the goal. When you ingrain something into your subconscious, it's all you think about consciously. Your subconscious is responsible for 95% of all of your thoughts. That 5% is your conscious mind, the current you right now, what you're thinking. That's your conscious mind. What you see, how you react to things, that's your conscious mind. But how you internally are able to react to things is your subconscious. Say, like, you're in a relationship, right? And you feel like this girl might be hiding something from you. because of something in your past, right? That's your subconscious mind coming into your conscious mind and controlling how your conscious mind feels. You need to be able to control that consciously. Control your subconscious consciously. It's very hard and it takes a lot of repetition and intention. Why 5 goals? Clarity equals direction. Most people drift because they don't clearly define what they're aiming for. Writing 5 concrete goals forces clarity, which gives the subconscious mind a target to work toward. Identity formation. Every time you declare I will or I must, you're reinforcing a self-image. Goals aren't just tasks, they are anchors of identity. If you see yourself as someone who achieves them, your brain will automatically begin filtering opportunities, actions, and habits that align with that identity. You need to become the person before you truly embody it. Narrowed focus. Having 5 goals prevents overwhelm. It just gives enough to scope to be ambitious without scattering intentions across 20 different directions. Right? I'm sure you have more than 5 goals in your life, right? But when you single out into 5 and you set clear goals and intentions and you take actionable steps towards those 5 specific goals, your mind will be a lot more calm and you won't be scattered every day wondering, what should I do? How should I do this? You have the 5 goals set and that's what you're working towards. Step 1, shadow work. See, after you write those 5 goals, shadow work, right? Prompt. What truth or fear or insecurity will I lean into tomorrow? Write one specific fear, limiting belief, or avoided truth that you're going to face. Decide how you'll confront it tomorrow through action, through conversation, through changing your environment, etc. For example, I'm afraid of speaking up in meetings. Tomorrow's action. Ask one question during the 10 a.m. meeting. Why shadow work? Facing avoidance equals growth. Avoidance strengthens fear. Each time you run from an insecurity, it grows bigger in your mind. By choosing one shadow to face daily, you shrink its power. Rewiring the brain. When you deliberately lean into discomfort, you teach your nervous system that fear doesn't equal death. Over time, this rewires stress responses into courage responses. Your brain will tell you so many things. Your brain is ongoing, nonstop. You have so many thoughts, but that doesn't make them true. Most of the things your brain tells you isn't true, and it's detrimental if you listen to it all. Identity upgrade. Every time you face a shadow, you're proving to yourself that you are not the same person as yesterday. That compounds into a stronger, more resilient identity. Being able to face everything those self-doubts, those things from your past that come up in your brain that hold you back, when you're able to face it, it gives you a different kind of strength, power. In your mind, you feel that control. Morning routine. The morning routine is a series of wins that put you into a high frequency for the day and allow you to start off strong. Completing these 4 steps as soon as you wake up is mandatory for the success of your day. Example routine. Make your bed. Has to do with discipline and mindset. Drink 32 ounces of water, preferably electrolytes, because you can drink as much water as you want. If you're not hydrating with the proper electrolytes, you won't be hydrated. You'll just piss it right out. 3, journal. Mindset, discipline, business. Journaling is important because it puts out everything you think that's scattered in your brain onto paper, and you're able to see it all from a more structured point of view. 90-second cold shower. This is optional. You don't have to take a cold shower, but it will wake you up and it will release those endorphins and chemicals in your brain that will make you feel ready to tackle the day. This is an example morning routine here. Why morning routine? Momentum is physics for the mind. Success is about stacking wins early. Your brain builds confidence from completion. So small wins, making your bed, drinking water, journaling, showering, sets a high frequency baseline. It's a foundation to get your day started, pretty much. Environmental control. The morning routine is yours. Before the world floods in with texts, tasks, and distractions, you've already won the morning. This gives you control of the day's tone. Identity ritual. Habits are rituals that tell your subconscious, this is who I am. A disciplined, health-driven, focused person that starts their day with disciplined and health-driven, focused actions. Your actions will make your thoughts. They'll make your subconscious shift. Step 2, daily non-negotiable. Prompt. What is tomorrow's one non-fitness tasks that moves me toward my biggest life goal? Task. Write and send email to 3 potential coaching leads before 2 p.m. Target time 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. block. How to track. Check it off tomorrow night. Why daily non-negotiable? Micro leverage on big goals. It's one thing to say I want to be a coach. Another to break it down into a single daily non-negotiable that pulls you toward it. This is how dreams become systems. Life as a workout. Framing it like a workout, clear, measurable, and time-bound, makes it trackable. That converts vague ambition into progress you can actually measure. Anti-procrastination hack. Because it's just one non-fitness task, there's no hiding behind I'll do it later. You either do it or you don't. That's binary, standard, trains integrity. Step 3, application. Prompt. What micro habit will I apply tomorrow to build my confidence? Choose something simple but deliberate that stretches you. Examples. Read 10 pages of a book in the morning. Very simple. Cook a new high-protein meal for lunch. Also very simple, but it's a micro habit. Have one uncomfortable but honest conversation. Conversations expand your mind, especially high-level conversations you can have with the right people. Your circle is everything. Everybody knows the 5 people in your circle, the 5 people you surround yourself with are you. You become that. It's very true. It's very cliche, but it's fucking true. 20 minutes is the minimum, right? The goal is to expand that to an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, as much as you can do. The zero distraction is very important to get your mind into whatever you're trying to execute. Why application? Confidence comes from evidence. True confidence isn't affirmations, it's evidence. Micro habits give you proof every single day that you are the person you say you are. Stretch zone growth. By deliberately choosing habits that are a little uncomfortable, you live in the stretch zone between comfort and panic. That's the sweet spot for shifting your identity. Habit stacking. Each macro habit is a brick. Over time, that brick builds the wall of who you are. That's how identities are shifted, not in leaps, but in consistent stacking. Repetition. Every day, repetition. Big picture. The 3X identity method works because it's not just about the tasks, it's about building an identity through consistent evidence. The method pulls together vision, 5 goals, courage through the shadow work, momentum, starting off with the morning routine and building that foundation every morning, execution, daily tasks and non-negotiables, and reinforcement through the application habits, like rewiring your subconscious every 24 hours. This is really what shifted my identity for me, going from a disciplined gym goer that had nothing truly in his control. I was just drifting through hypnotic rhythm all my days. I would wake up late, no plan for the day, just wake up whenever I woke up. Sometimes I would hit snooze, lay in my bed, whatever, scroll on fucking TikTok for an hour, get up, go make food, go to the gym, and then I had work, and then I did school. And I had no time to think all day, so by the time I had time to think, anything I thought about alone in my bed was negative. And what did I do to try and subside that? I went out and smoked to quiet my thoughts and silence everything in my head. And like I talked about, when you don't face anything, avoidance strengthens fear. Every time you run from it, it just grows bigger in your mind. It becomes harder and harder to escape the longer you do it for. You need to attack it as soon as you can, or else your mind will run wild and it will control you. Try these out. Let me know how it works for you. But this is the method, and I'm trying to share it with you guys to grow with me. I also do fitness coaching. I have clients that are dropping pounds, gaining muscle. You know, I went from 200 to 190 in 3 months, and I'm fucking lean as fuck. I'm shredded. Like, I don't know if you can see, but I shredded, and I'm the leanest I've ever been. As soon as I changed my mindset and my identity, I was able to get to the leanest I've ever been and be the happiest with my physique right now. So these go hand in hand. You know, your mind, it starts with mastering your mind, then you can master your body.